This podcast is rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Some material may not be suitable for children. Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching every movie on the top 250 movies of all time, according to IMDb. I am one of your hosts, A Castle, and joining me are...
John.
And this week we are doing number 243, Castle in the Sky. The description on IMDb is: a young boy and a girl with a magic crystal must race against pirates and foreign agents in a search for a legendary floating castle. This movie was made in 1986 and directed by Hayao Miyazaki. It is my turn to go first once again.
Yay.
So I'll do that. I thought this movie was a lot of fun. The animation was kind of, I haven't seen animation like this in a long time, so it seemed really refreshing to kind of get a feel for how much effort something like this must have taken. I'm curious to how many people actually worked on it. You really only see Miyazaki's name get dropped when it comes to these movies from what I've found so far. I don't know if you guys have found anything differently in terms of that.
Didn't look.
No.
No.
Yeah, I thought I liked both of the main characters, the little girl and the little boy, Shida and Patsu.
Patsu, yeah.
Patsu. Yeah. Fun for the whole family. I thought it was pretty violent for a kids movie.
It was, yeah. Sam was watching it with us at the beginning, and she's like, no.
No, she didn't like it? Too scary?
Yeah, well, she just doesn't, right now, when she thinks she has control over things, so she's like, no, don't. When she's like expecting it to stop, but she's not liking what she's seeing. So yeah, there was a lot of violence. I mean, it wasn't like bloody or gory or anything, but especially that beginning sequence was quite action oriented with much gunfire.
Yeah, I mean, do you think people died in that scene?
They never show it, but I mean, I think throughout the movie, it's like there were tons of casualties.
Yeah, especially at the end.
The explosions.
There were thousands of people who died at the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, and there was blood too. There was the part where Patsu gets shot in the face.
Right. He gets grazed.
Yeah.
Not shot. You can't say, I guess, technically. I don't know. Can you call yourself shot? Actually, shot if you're
bullet
grazed?
Hits you in the face.
I guess so. I thought in shot, it's like
I guess
the
when
bullet
it comes
goes
to
in
the
you.
face, if you're talking face,
right?
Like, yeah, you got shot. You're talking like hip.
Right.
Nah,
Somebody says I got shot in the arm, though. I expect that like the bullet went through or something, because you'd say, oh, I got grazed. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
So you need two holes for a shot, and like if it's just a scratch, like if it's a line.
Well, it could be a single hole because the bullet doesn't have to come out.
Well, yeah, it depends how thick your arm is, though, right? How weak the gun is.
Yeah, all that,
Sure.
Like I know a lot about this. Yeah, growing up in the suburbs of Utah,
we did a lot of. I mean,
small little white town.
Sounds like a place you might shoot.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think of this?
Go ahead, John.
Oh, I thought it was fun too. I'd say that as well. I think I liked the opening sequence the best, actually, and then it sort of went downhill. But that might be my problem. I'm just old and I get tired quick. So
every movie, first scene's the best.
First scene's the best. About 10 minutes in, I kind of got lost though.
I got tired, and I needed some more milk, and then I got sleepy.
Exactly.
No, so really, this movie was downhill from there after the first 15 minutes. No, I thought it was a lot of fun. I really like the steampunk look of it, and it was kind of I don't know. I know that steampunk has kind of been a thing for a long time, but I don't know if this movie, how much influence this movie had on sort of the more recent craze. But the look of it, the look of the airships, and the style like of the military and stuff, I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Agreed. I mean, it was all like it all kind of reminded me of insects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the
definitely the
dragon,
main-
those
the
the
pirate
dragonfly
ones.
ships. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
Dragon
it
Ball
made
ships for
me-
sure, but some of the other stuff too, and the robot was like centipede with the arms.
spider-ish
Oh,
centipede. Yeah.
Dude, the robot scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, the robot was really kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that was. I mean, the scary thing. Its arms were like went down to its feet, right? So
Yeah,
it
it
had
was
these
so
like
long.
big old spider arms with
Plus, I mean,
spikes
its
on them.
inside looked like it was not robots, but like living stuff. Like it's when he was the broken one, when it came back to life, there was like guts in him.
Oh, I thought it was all like wiring and then just like molten stuff.
Oh, really?
Like
Oh.
yeah,
Maybe
I didn't
I
think
don't
it
know
was
if I
like
noticed.
yeah.
Huh.
I didn't see it as bloody or
It kind of
anything.
reminded me of
I thought-
what was it? Whichever alien it was, where the android gets like halved, and he's supposed to be like a robot, and you expect wires, but it was like
oh, it's like white goo.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
like white tubes.
white tubes, gross intestines.
Yeah, poor Bishop.
Gross intestines. Just gross.
Yeah.
Um,
Or was it that Bishop was the first one? I don't know.
no, you're right.
if-
Bishop was the guy who got
Is that
cut in
right?
half in Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So TC, what do you think?
I mean, I thought it was cool. I hadn't.
Not
it
much. To
reminded
say.
me of like, yeah, I don't have much to say on this one.
Yeah,
It reminded me of old cartoons.
yeah.
You know? Just like old Tintin or something. But it was nice. It was an easy watch.
Very easy, whimsical.
Yeah.
I liked it how their relationship, like whenever you see a guy and a girl, kids, like kind of preteens, you think they're gonna fall in love with each other and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and that
Which
I mean
they kind of do.
they kind of do, but not in the way at least I thought they were going to. You know, there was a couple moments where they could have like kissed each other, but instead they acted like little kids.
Right. Yeah, where they giggled and stuff in the grass and whatever.
I thought they did a lot. There was fun stuff with like kind of all the relationships, except for the bad guy. Wasn't fun. He kept laughing all the time. But who does that? Is there ever been a real bad guy that laughs manically?
Joker.
I think that should be a
And-
requirement.
No,
That
I
should
mean like in
definitely be a
life,
requirement.
in real life, has there ever been a bad guy that can't stop cackling? I don't know.
I mean,
I've never
maybe.
seen it except in the damn
How many
movies.
bad guys do you know?
I don't really know, but Hitler wasn't famous for cackling.
That's
I
true.
don't think Genghis Khan, Stalin.
You knew who that was voicing that
Trump
guy?
might cackle. It was Mark Hamill,
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker.
Okay, so did we all watch the dubbed version?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, so I learned a new word. This movie, in reading a little bit on this movie, I
Laputa?
learned a new word. No, although that's really cool too. What they did on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that I didn't read up to see if that record had been broken. No, the new word I learned is dub titled.
So just to be clear, John, the Laputa wasn't the one that did the Twitter thing, but what is
Right, no,
What is the
it's
thing you're talking
word,
about?
the word for the destruction spell, which was like started with a B. It was some simple word.
balls?
It was like one balls. Yeah,
balls.
balls.
Balls?
Balls.
What?
not balls.
Balls?
On the count of three,
Balls.
everyone yell balls. Balls. And then the thing explodes. Oops, not supposed to swear.
Oh, you're gonna have to beep that one out, man.
TC, we came up with a good rule. I've been so we're doing this thing where every episode is rated what the movie is, and I've had to edit TC a lot in the PG and G rated ones, and we haven't been punishing him for it. So I had an idea, and you're not going to like this, TC. Every time you
that's
swear
gonna suck.
during a G or a PG rated movie, we're going to sign you up for an online newsletter.
Aw, that's brutal. I can always just unsubscribe though.
yeah,
so
you
that's
can-
true. It's not a bad punishment.
Send it to the spam, but it might
Yeah.
be fun. You know, I mean, I would worry. Like we could, you could just go to some terrible dark places and sign you up for like Nambla or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think that would be bad though. I don't know. Maybe we won't go that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty diabolical.
Well, you'll hit like if you hit over 15 in a G, then you get the Nambla one.
Oh, wow. So
There's
there's like
tiers.
categories. It's
Yeah.
tier 1, tier 2.
You've leveled up once you hit
Okay.
15.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
Yeah.
so far the only one that's sworn is you.
that's true.
So
So I get one.
punish yourself.
Yeah, I get one Blue Apron newsletter.
Aw.
Blue Apron, sponsor us. You're doing it for everybody.
Yeah, please.
The advertisers will be waiting.
We'll
maybe
take it
he'll
back.
swear enough. Maybe he'll swear like 4 times. Because if on the 4th time we've sold that
Oh, that's a good
space
point.
already.
Yeah. Well, if we ever do get a sponsored, if you like swear more than a certain times, then we give some lucky user.
There's no way you get
product.
more sponsors from swearing more.
No.
All right. So back to the movie. What I was trying to say, which so the word dub titled. There was outrage and anger about this. What happened after the release of the movie when they came out with the stateside release? They dubbed the movie, and then the subtitles were created from the dubbed language. So remember, like last time you and I were talking about, like, or the three of us were talking. When I say you, I mean you two and me. So we were talking about the, whether we should go subtitled or we should go with the dub version. And we were all like, well, subtitle would be, that's probably the original text of the movie. Right. But no, in this case, unless you get it's even less 2010 one. Yeah, it's worse. You get the worst of both worlds. You get
a closed caption of the bad dub.
Right. So
with the typos and everything.
Yeah. So it just
missing
sucks.
and but.
So yeah, apparently if you get the 2010 version, the Blu-ray release, then that's what you get.
Oh, that sucks.
That's what I watched. So I went ahead and just watched it dubbed because of that. But,
I couldn't find it the other way anyway.
Right. So it's not too easy to find.
I watched it both ways.
Ooh.
Of course you did.
The dubbed was better.
At the same time?
Dubbed was better. So breathe easy.
Better, huh?
Yeah.
Easier to pay attention to, or what?
So maybe I watched the dub version first, and I'm glad I was, because I was able to watch all the animation and stuff. And I don't know if it's also because I watched it first, but I got used to the voices. And the main difference between the voice acting, besides everyone speaking Japanese, is that the two main characters, the guy and the girl, are both voiced by a female, like two different female Japanese voice actors.
Ooh,
and it's very obvious their voices sound extremely similar. And it kind of changes the feeling you have towards Patsu, because he seems more like a little kid.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
because he did do some adult male roles.
He did. And he was like, he was still small, but he was becoming a man. He was trying to be tough and all that stuff.
Right.
Like his boss.
He could hang on to anything, couldn't he?
Yeah, dude. He was
put
a
that
monkey.
kid on the side of a wall. He's just hanging on. There's nothing there. No one else is grabbing anything.
Yeah.
He's got his hands right there. He's hanging on.
There's the scene where he takes his boots off and pretty much runs up a straight wall towards the end.
Kid's got some badass stuff.
He's got sticky feet.
Yeah, all that climbing around, being a sailor, whatever.
Is he? No, he's not a sailor. He's a miner, right?
Well, he was, but then he also became a sailor and was working around the ship, fixing things.
Oh,
but before then, he was a miner.
True, but that was only like one day, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but things happen fast in movies, Denny.
They do. People learn quickly. What did you guys pick up from the intro sequence? The different style animated montage thing. You know what I'm talking about? The opening credits.
Oh, I actually I like that. I was going, we're gonna see all this cool stuff. There's all these islands and stuff.
Yeah.
My thought is what it looked like to me is like those are maybe like concept art that they just threw in the movie afterwards.
From what I've been reading, that's supposed to be like the prequel information. Like that's where the city Laputa came from. And it's like Laputa is the last one that survived out of all of those cities. And something bad happened. It was supposed to be 700 years before. And everybody had to go back to the ground.
Oh, wow. So like maybe wars broke out or whatnot.
I didn't pick that up at all.
Yeah, I didn't either. I had to read it. And I even watched it twice before I read it. And I was like, I didn't get that. I just thought it was like, look at all the... I didn't get it so much that I thought there were other floating islands. And I was like, why is this one floating island so important? Because there's all these other flying ships and stuff.
Ah.
Right.
So I like the point you made about the way they handle relationships too, because it was even fun, even before the pirates became sort of good guys. It was fun. They were fun. Like when they came to the town and they're all, I thought they were dressed great as pirates. They're all in these white suits for some reason and bowler hats.
Good disguises.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what the point, if they were, that's just how they just thought, again, sort of a steampunk way to dress up, like you're very snappy. And and then they were having the fight where the pirate guy, like, they're like, break your shirt, man,
by flexing.
And he breaks his shirt.
That was so awesome.
I thought it was really fun.
I like it how both of their
mustache
mustaches like frayed out big time when they were flexing.
Yeah,
I know. And their chests. Oh, that was so funny, man. And when
that was good.
When the one guy does the whole shirt, I was like, that's great. This guy popped only the center buttons. This guy did the whole shirt.
Right.
And then his wife's like, I'm not fixing that. He's like, God damn it.
His wife was jacked too.
Yeah, they're big people.
But I thought that was fun. The way they showed relationships between all the characters for the most part. Again, bad guy accepted. It was all done sort of playfully. Like, it was just fun.
Yeah. What do you think Patsu's parent relationship was? Where are his parents?
Well,
Similar to Beauty and the Beast. The cartoons, they don't have parents a lot of the time.
Well, his dad died somehow
in his canoe?
Well, no. His dad died because it somehow related to people didn't believe him about the flying island, which led to his death by alcohol and eventual suicide. I don't know, making things up. Something tragic.
I forgot about that.
I mean, if you say it, he died because people didn't believe him, then there's some kind of intermediate step there some kind of assistance at this point.
Well, you know what happened next.
Jeez.
Alcohol,
That's dark.
Eventual suicide.
Well, what else happened? You don't die from people not believing you. Something,
That's true.
So whatever happened there, probably it was very tragic. And unless maybe it somehow happened in the accident, maybe he was trying to convince somebody about the island and he didn't see the thing that was about to fall on him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the mom, we know nothing of. We hear nothing of the mom.
Yeah. I love his house. I like it how he has like the coolest house in the entire town.
Yeah.
He's above everything and he like is responsible for tooting that little song at the beginning of every day. And everybody seems to know him and like him.
He's got this awesome flying contraption, which I never got to make an appearance, which I was sure in seeing the flying contraption in his basement or whatever that was going to, eventually be flown out of there. But nope.
Yeah. The plot didn't allow for it. But he got to fly that cool hang glider thing.
Yeah,
the kite.
The kite.
Yeah.
That whole scene where they were in the kite and the clouds were like waves and like all the ships were like submarines and stuff. That was cool. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, again, the artwork was pretty neat. My favorite parts about this was watching the ships and the buildings and them moving around and stuff. It was just really pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
Like what was it called? The Colossus?
The Goliath?
Or the Behemoth? The Goliath, that's it.
Yeah.
Damn it. I missed it. I had two shots about big words and I still didn't get it right. And it could have been called Behemoth or Goliath. I mean, they would have fit, but no. Colossus.
It's Goliath.
It is Goliath.
It is Goliath. Damn it. See, I still can't get it right.
Again.
Yeah, I
he
looked it up.
just talked
It's
himself out of getting it
God
right.
damn it. I'm going to have to send myself a lot of email. I think I just swore again.
Man.
So this movie had, you know what cells are? Like animation cells. They're the things you draw over backgrounds.
Yeah.
They made 69,000 individual cells.
Whoa.
In this movie.
What? I have no idea. Like, how does that stack up?
I don't know. I tried to look that up. They don't really have that information out and available, I guess. But this movie was right around the time when they stopped using cells because computers started being able to handle it. This came out in 86, and I think The Little Mermaid was 89, and that was the last Disney movie to use the cells.
Okay, well, to give you a comparison, Snow White had approximately 1.5 million still images or cells.
Whoa.
But they didn't have... Did they use cells back then?
Yeah.
That's a lot more.
And
that movie's short, isn't it?
Good job, Daddy.
By a factor of at least
more.
3.
Is there a castle in there? There's a castle in there. How many castles fit inside there? Is that more castles? That's more castles.
That's more castles.
And that's a shorter movie.
Yeah, but that's also Disney. Yeah, that's what Disney is known for. So let's see.
And that was like what, 60 years earlier than
I'm
this?
sure Disney had a lot more budget and like people
possible,
working on it too, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was not as many explosions in Snow White, though. So
No, in fact,
Yeah, some of those like I loved when the thing was imploding on itself. The animation was awesome, like the rock by rock deterioration of that. You know how like the walls just separated in square and cubes.
oh, all of the destruction scenes were really cool to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like the artwork involved in it, when anything was blowing up, when initially that robot was going crazy,
and it went through that
in that compound.
Gates.
Yeah, it was, but also just when it kept blowing things up, it was a really cool looking sequence when stuff would blow up, when it would like glow hot and bulge outward.
And bend, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you think that peaceful robot killed?
Oh yeah,
hundreds,
right?
He was versus an entire army, and he was really destroying.
He
them
was
for a minute.
crushing them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
was
all
just
soldiers, you
crushing
know.
them.
So yeah, but yeah, lots and lots of people died in this movie.
And like a vicious death too, overheating, burning. Just
well, the worst one was at the end, right, where everybody
disintegrating.
gets forced to fall from the sky.
Right? Yeah.
Oh
that was
when
pretty
they let
bad
him
too.
out, they're like, "Have a good one,"
Yeah.
and they all just start falling.
Thousands
out
of people just like grabbing onto each other, falling. This movie, this movie's rated G, I assume, right?
I don't know.
I think it was NR, but violence for 10 or under or over, something like that is what I saw at some point.
Oh, they never actually rated it.
I don't think so.
Oh, so you get a pass on this one then?
Well, it did have a theatrical release at some point, so it had to have a rating, and it couldn't have been an AR at that point.
That's true.
NR
Disney
at that
started
point.
releasing all of this stuff right around like the late 90s.
But like 10 years later. Like, so this came out in like 86.
It's when it was
Something like that.
in Japan. It was released, but it didn't come out on video in this country until 2003
Wow.
Right.
because
a
Spirited
lot
Away
later.
like opened up the distribution gates for them. What with the Oscar and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we got a couple more Ghibli films on the top 250, right? At least one other.
Oh, we got plenty more. I actually,
Okay.
I was going to save this for later, and I will still, but I did like a weird spreadsheet thing of what directors have the most movies on this list.
Oh, wow.
So I'll save that for the end. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
statistics.
I have an idea now, but okay.
Yeah. It's
Very
more
good,
than you
then.
might think.
Huh.
but yeah.
So that's interesting. I
Yeah.
wonder what that correlates to. I'm kind of intrigued by the data now.
One of my favorite characters in the movie was the uncle in the cave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
He can't see. He just knows it's him by his voice.
Yeah. Well, kind of. He thinks he's a goblin, doesn't he?
What is it? In a she goblin?
Yeah. It's like,
The
are you
girl's
a
a
goblin
she-goblin.
coming to torment me that sound
Yeah.
like my nephew? And you're like, how crazy are you?
Yeah, right.
Why
And he's
would
so
it just be him?
upset when they leave. He's so bummed out. He's like, "Be safe," or
Yeah.
whatever he says.
Aw.
Yeah.
But he's got rock friends down there.
He does have a lot of rock friends, and they glisten.
That was
For some
pretty cool.
reason. Crystals.
A lot of really cool animation to look like they were outside during that part.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah.
What was that? What's that material called? So the Ethereum, what's it called?
It sounds right.
Sure.
I make up
Something like
words
that.
though.
Ethereum.
That her necklace was made of, and then all these other rocks. And it was this
Unobtainium.
material.
I believe it's unobtainium.
No, it's not. It's not
Unobtainium?
unobtainium. No, it's not.
You're right. It's not. The pirates fall in love with the little girl. That's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, they're just They're just being boys. They're not like being weird. Not
Boys
too
that
weird
look like
about
they're
it.
30.
Dude, they're
Yeah.
men. They're huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't one of them have a mustache?
All of them do.
Oh, yeah, that guy's got a beard.
Yeah, one
He's
of them
got
has
a
a
beard.
huge beard. One of them has a wispy little painter's mustache, whatever.
Or like some
Like
French.
Fu Manchu
Yeah,
kind
the
of
Fu
thing.
Manchu one.
It like just sort of hangs over. You don't even see his mouth or nothing. His mustache just comes and hangs over his mask.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
He poked that little holes and pulled those little threads of hair through them.
Mm.
It's good for the gas mask.
So yeah, it is Ethereum. In the American release, in the Japanese, it was called Volucite.
Why do they switch it?
Mm,
The lucite sounds way cooler.
yeah. Well, there's some other interesting things about the names and stuff. I don't know if you read Denny too, but her name is Shita.
But they had to
It was
change
the
it.
How did they
Well,
spell
no.
that?
It would be S. That's how they said it. If they were to have done the more direct translation, it would have been Shita.
Yeah.
So they changed it for.
And to
obvious
those who don't
reasons.
know, SHITA, because it's going to get bleeped.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know if that should be bleeped. I'm just talking about a translation here. What are you?
What am I?
Oh, you don't like a foreign language? No, you racist?
What are you?
Oh God!
What are you? Whoa, this is disintegrating fast.
and then they couldn't use the title La Puta directly either.
Puta.
Why not? They put it in the title cards.
They did, but they went in a lot of other countries. In Spanish, I believe it means the whore.
Yeah, I saw that. That's weird.
Yeah, so that. Yeah.
And that's how they meant it too, because they got the title from Gulliver's Travels, right? It was a floating island then, and that's what it meant because all the women there were whores.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
Yeah, and the men didn't know, I guess, but they were. And that was the island,
yeah.
floating island.
Big air quotes for that. Big air quotes. They didn't know.
They didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Big air
They had an idea.
Is horror a G-rated word?
That's a good question. It's in the title of the movie, so f it.
Escort? You just sort of ruined it right there, Danny.
I'm gonna get so much mail tomorrow.
rules that he's not following at all.
I'm teaching by example. This is how to get all the free email you want.
Yeah. Feeling lonely? Just swear on the
I
podcast.
didn't get enough emails today.
Well, I mean, that was good insight, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I liked a lot of the action sequences were done really well, like the train. I love, like I said, I really like the beginning. So the way they set up the beginning sequence again, because I was awake, but the way they drop in with you don't even know what's going on, but you just see they show you the girl through the glass of the airship, and they're talking, and you don't even hear what they're saying. You see the pirates at first just coming down to raid the airship. You have no idea what's going on. But it's pretty cool. And then the whole sequence where I thought it was really nicely done where you don't know that this girl's captive and you only discover that in a surprising way.
The bottle.
As like, yeah. So
Which
the pirates.
confused me, yeah.
Oh, it was awesome the way they did it because you have these pirates coming to get her. And so you think you just make some natural assumptions. Okay, pirates are the bad guys. Here they come to get the girl. And then these guys are going to defend the girl, and this one guy is like saying, "You just stay here," and he's turning around to get his gun ready or whatever, and she grabs a bottle and knocks him out. And that's awesome because then you're like, "Whoa, I don't know these relationships."
Yeah.
Right.
So and then she tries to escape.
That stone is obviously very powerful.
Yeah. So I thought that's why that sequence is still my favorite. Just not only because of the action scene, but the way it sort of. Let you sort of discover the some of the relationships that were going on without saying anything about, nobody's like talking about, oh, you have the powerful stone and now we have you and we've kidnapped you and now we're going, all that crap is just.
But I did find, on watching it a second time, by the end of the movie, the first time I was like, oh, cool. The pirates were good guys all along. Like they just, wanted the treasure and that was it. But watching it the second time, they were not good guys at all. They shouldn't have become friends. They were the reason the girl fell off the ship.
Right. And they were kind of manipulative anyways throughout, right? She was like, yeah, I guess you could be useful.
Yeah.
Didn't she say something like that to her? You can be useful. You can make him agree.
But I guess once they had all the treasure, they had no reson to be mean anymore.
I don't know. Yeah. Pirates get a get out of being a bad guy for free card. I don't know why. Pirates of the Caribbean is like this too. I don't know. You rape, pillage, murder, but hey, you got a soft side.
But I think in those movies, I don't think they rape, and I don't think they kill anybody. But pirates,
no,
right?
I was just
at least not on screen.
Sort of making, I was making a joke of sorts. But
Pirates
but the idea is that
you,
come. I'm landlocked here. Come get me.
Landlubber.
But no, it seems like you can be rascally or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a grandma. I don't know. Or not a grandma even.
Because she is like a grandma.
She's a goddamn
she's
applehead
like a grandma,
doll.
but she never let her kids away to have
she doesn't take
women
any,
and children of their own.
BS from the kids.
So you guys haven't seen. Oh, John, you've seen a couple more Studio Ghibli movies, right?
Yeah, I saw Ponyo, Spirit Away, a bunch of other ones.
For a lot of them, there's a lot of old lady characters that are animated almost the exact same way as this old pirate woman is animated.
Old with like maybe 4 teeth. Usually she's eating something and you get to see some saliva.
And very witch-like with like a pointy chin and a pointy nose. So not a bad thing, but just something to keep your eyes on as we watch, a number more of
Must
these
be
movies.
how he views older women.
Yeah.
This one, other than the robots, there weren't a lot of strange creatures.
Well, there were a couple. So when they crash land, when Sheeta and Patsu
Oh wait,
crash,
well, you have the like 3-eyed beaver things.
Yeah,
those are weird.
funny. There's one of my favorite parts of the entire movie was when they crash land on that thing, and the robot comes and like tells them to follow him, and they pass by a river, and he looks down into it, and there's like a really deep down shot of like a city, and he goes like, "Oh, there's a city down there," and then they just keep moving, and you're like, "What?" There's a whole other world.
Expand on that.
Yeah. You can make an entire movie down in this one spot, and you get like 2 seconds in the movie. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seemed like a lot of creativity going into it.
A lot of I like, and they don't really have to dwell on it either much. Like the room with all the moving cubes, where that's all the information is stored. I thought that was pretty cool looking.
They don't explain anything to you; they just kind of show it to you.
No. It all seemed, that kind of stuff seemed, again, even the steampunk stuff, though, even though it's like an old style, it all seemed very modern. Like. I know the animation style makes it seem a little older, but the way the ideas of what's there seems like this could have been done today, and it wouldn't seem dated as far as what the ideas are, or the way things look and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was all pretty cool.
That first robot, or not the first robot, the first whole robot when they land on Laputa,
right?
What it hit, the sound he made when he walked, that was awesome. I have no idea what that even was. Sounded like weird.
It was like a squishing kind of.
Well, it was like a wind chime,
like a robotic. Yeah, it was weird. You're right. I do remember.
Yeah, I have no idea what it was. It was really.
It
cool.
sounded so defeated. It sounded so defeated, but yet just mechanical at the same time.
Yeah,
and even the way the robots would talk with I thought it was all really, like, the audio design was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just like beep boop or anything like that. It was just done. It was so very, very simple, but still somehow they gave it personality. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but there were a bunch of animals on that island. There were like the little foxes that like hopped up on one of the robots.
Yeah, but that's not like weird things. I mean, I at least some of the we'll see this in the other movies. There's weird stuff
for humans, true, but this one was more about the structures and the ships and stuff, I think.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
they had the pirate ship had the detachable kite they flew up on.
Yep,
that was kind of sweet. Like, and the way he detached it seemed like it was a real thing. Like they thought about how something like this would have been attached to a blimp. Like he had all these, he had to go through all these steps to detach it, before getting it to go up, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was fun. The ship itself was like kind of like a broken down kind of bug-ish looking. It looked like a bug as well, of some kind, or some kind of animal. Their pirate ship did.
Yeah, for sure.
There was a part soon after they landed where they were getting, I forget who they're getting the history lesson from. I think they were reading it on some tablets or something. They said that island destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah.
That was when Luke was like,
Luke
talking about the power.
Luke,
the bad guy, Mark Hamill, the guy who plays the bad
guy. Mark Hamill is playing, what's his name?
I forget.
Muska. So when Muska was like saying like this is the same power that broke down Sodom, and he made some other ancient reference. So and so called it this. He's like just talking about the power of it. It's strange.
But does that mean that all those different mythologies exist in this world, and that island was the thing that actually destroyed them?
Right. And so the primitive people would see this as God. And that would make sense. They would see it as God's wrath or something if all of a sudden an entire city gets blown up and they have no other way of. They say, well, God probably did that, So then they make up a story like, why did they do that? Because it was a bad city. Okay, so
God, man,
God did it.
Did to us, man.
He did to me, man. God just did to us, man.
But so that was the thing that confused me. I mean, this movie might not merit diving into it so much, but. 700 years ago is when all the floating things got destroyed, and you assume it's because I think the moral of the story is like technology is bad and you have to like wash it away because it destroys humanity or something like that. But if like all those ancient things were happening and they were bad, why didn't? Or did those all happen at the same time, or did they allow a certain amount of destruction before blowing it up?
Another question is whether or not they said Sodom and Gomorrah in the original Japanese script.
Good question.
Maybe they said something that actually made more sense, but they're like, these Western audiences will never get that. What are they? Oh, they're all Christians, right? Okay, something from the Bible. Come on, give me something from the Bible.
I see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did write down a couple of different things they said.
Yeah. Well, it's like, all right, we need a city blown up in the Bible. What do we got? And then so there you go.
It's the one. So, it's the big one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote down a couple from the very beginning of what was different. When the miners at the very beginning came up with nothing, and they were closing down shop for the night. In the English version, it says we'll starve at this rate. In the Japanese version, it says I'll go under at this rate. I mean, it's kind of the exact same thing, but.
So you actually you didn't have the 2010 DVD?
I had, so they didn't have the Blu-ray at Netflix, so I got a DVD, and I have no idea when that's from.
You may have actually gotten the Holy Grail as far as this movie's concerned.
I returned it today. I should have kept it, eBayed it.
Yeah.
You should have kept it and eBayed it.
It goes for $17.95.
That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, you may have gotten the actual original subtitled one then.
Well, yeah. So I have to make a confession. I didn't watch all of the subtitled one because I had already seen it. I watched about half, which is why I can't tell you whether or not the Sodom and Gomorrah reference made it into the the subtitled one. But
wait, so did yours have a different soundtrack too? Then
it was the synthesizer one.
Oh, yeah. So you got the good one.
Oh, you didn't get the good one?
No, I got the brand new one with the orchestral.
What?
Right.
Well, yeah.
Not as good, supposedly, depending on who you talk to.
So you got the original.
Oh, and I think I liked it more than you guys, from what it sounds like.
It was just another Disney movie to me, kind of.
Yeah.
Damn it! you took it from me too. I was in line to get that.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Do you know that, TC? I got it on Netflix the day before John did. Or actually, no, they ran out.
There's only one copy? No way.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. There's it says or it's in demand.
Sorry, nobody orders this DVD. We only have one copy.
We got one, and it's going to some jerk in Boston.
Here's the address and name of said person who has copy. Mail him. See if he'll let you borrow it.
Oh, you know him? That's weird.
Oh, you're doing a podcast with him? Well, even better.
No wonder.
Tell him we don't want the disc back. Nobody orders that disc.
So, at TC, did you know about the Twitter record?
No.
They had a festival in August in 2013 where the makers of this movie in Japan, they told everybody, they played it at a festival and told everybody in the country to watch it. They were live streaming it, I think, maybe. But when they say the Balls, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Balls,
BALS.
Which is the destruction thing they say at the end when they get away from what's the bad guy's name and they blow up the island. Everybody tweeted the word balls when they said it during the movie, and they broke and still hold the record for most tweets a second, which is 143,000 tweets a second.
Whoa. I was trying to see if that still holds. I would just be surprised that it still holds back from then.
You think? That's a lot of tweets.
It is, but you'd think you could go and organize something with a larger number of people.
I don't know. I mean,
what else?
It wouldn't be at a stadium. You'd have to have every single person in the stadium do it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of friggin' people.
It's a ton. Yeah.
And at 1 second.
1 second. Yeah. I mean, and then it spiked.
Which means, don't you think you'd have to be doing more than that in a 6-second segment? Because even if they all reacted in the exact same time frame to tweet when that thing was said,
I mean,
they wouldn't all get it in.
This is pre-Janet Jackson time. I mean, this is live feed material,
Yeah, but even still, if you're tweet, how long does it take you to tweet? It might take someone 20 seconds more. Do you know what I'm saying? 1 second?
Yeah, if
there had to be
they
500,000 tweets going on in 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, probably.
And then they took a snapshot and they were like, all right, this was the highest amount out of this.
What percentage of people are sneezing while they're trying to tweet and their eyes are all squinty and they can't find the send button?
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy. That's a cool little record. I mean, who would think?
Yeah.
Doesn't really have much to do with the movie.
Nobody I know knows about breaks records on Twitter, which is something that I feel like I'm too old for.
Yeah, well, you might be right.
Yep.
Probably are. If that's the way you're feeling, then that's probably
the way
right.
you feel, then yeah, you're probably absolutely dead on.
I'm too young for this movie. I'm too old for Twitter. Who are these people? I don't get it.
Who are you? That's the question.
So
Anyway.
one thing I don't understand is how I don't quite understand how Ponzu knows to save the day this way. That he knows. So balls, BALSE. That's somehow
Balls.
one word. I thought it was hilarious because I thought it's this spell of massive destruction. I thought there was gonna be some at least 5 to 10 word chant.
Yeah.
And then you just go balls and it blows everything up.
Balls.
Hey, bad guy. Balls.
Yeah.
Hey,
But how did Ponzu know that what would happen? He's like, no, trust me, teach me to say the spell with you. 1, why does he feel like they need to say the spell together? 2, how does he know that's just not going to blow them all up?
Well, I think he was
everybody?
betting on it blowing them up.
Yeah.
Because he was.
He's like, trust me. He thought something good would come out of it. I mean, the princess was already willing to sacrifice her life right there. She thought that's what was going to happen anyway.
I mean, and Ponzu was going to sacrifice himself for her if he could, And I think they realized at the end that they're kind of both screwed, and they should at least kill this guy so he can't control the world with a horrible power.
Right, and at least stop laughing.
Oh, he does laugh a lot, huh?
I didn't even think I never picked up on that. It didn't bother me too much, I guess.
He just seemed very smug.
Yeah.
Oh, and most of the time the voice work was great because Mark Hamill is awesome as a voice actor. He does the Joker in a lot of Batman cartoons.
I would say I liked everybody as a voice actor except for Sheeta.
Oh yeah,
yeah. She seemed like disinterested the entire time.
Do you know who Anna Paquin is?
I've heard her name before.
She's the lead on True Blood.
Yeah,
Never seen it.
Sookie.
Yep.
The blonde.
But I thought she did fine. She didn't talk a whole lot because every time she'd talk, I'd be like, "Oh, she has an Australian accent or odd British accent." I don't know, and I would always be surprised because it'd been a long time since I heard her talk last.
Huh.
She didn't have a whole lot of dialogue compared to everybody else in the movie.
You're right. She didn't. She just kind of like screamed a lot, like help,
Yeah, please, my diamond.
please don't." Duh.
Agreed. Yeah. But everyone else was really good. I thought, I mean, it was better than the, I mean, that might be sacrilegious to say, but I thought it was better than the original Japanese. And TC, you'd have a problem with it too. Like the two main actors, you could tell the sound booth they were recording was not that good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you could hear the walls of the room they were in.
Oh, man. Oh, that's weird.
It's not, it wasn't, it wasn't great.
But still original.
And so it was easy to tell who was talking when they're, sometimes they were like running away in the distance together and you're like, oh, I know who's talking because one sounds like a boy, one sounds like a girl. This one, you couldn't tell.
It's just everybody was
and
squeaky.
It's in another language. So you're like, you really can't tell.
Yep. And I'm trying to read it again too, and I'm just missing stuff and it wasn't as enjoyable.
Huh. Well, maybe then the purists aren't right in this case.
If you watch it enough times, though, I'm sure you don't need to read the dialogue to know exactly what's being said.
Right.
People seem to be huge fans of these movies.
How cool is it that like it's cartoons and the mouths just open up and down, so you can put another language to it and you'd never know.
Yeah. I want to see a version of this where it's people just going because
it could work that way. It would work.
Chicken noises.
Yeah. Because they just go up and down. There's not much to it.
Well, they don't, with this style of animation, they don't even have lips. So it's not like,
it's true. It's a good
the old
point.
lady had lips. Some of the weirder people have lips.
The ones that they showed eating had
and
lips.
the
eating is
people
gross.
that are...
The eating was intense.
Too much, I don't know. She like eats an entire ham in one bite.
Yeah,
it's
just
disgusting.
takes a big, nice chunk out of it.
And lets it dangle in her. Oh,
yeah.
Also, they eat eggs. They slurp the goddamn eggs.
They slurp them up. And they were like rubber eggs.
They're like, yummy. Yum, 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 yum. No.
Oh, these
that's not
are
how
good.
you eat an egg. That was gross, too.
It was kind of gross.
You ever eaten an egg like you're a casino machine and the egg is a quarter?
Well, I've never had an egg that was that firm. I mean,
No, I
the
don't
egg
think I
would have
have.
like broken up or fallen apart.
Oh, you
before
can
that
see,
happened.
though, Patsu does not like runny eggs. He cuts that yolk right in half, slices it with
He
his
has the
spatula.
robot torch it.
Yeah, when he's cooking them, that's true.
Yeah.
But even so, it's still going to be floppy. Like the white will be floppy. Like how can you like have it like stay together?
Yeah, it kind of reminded me. So remember in Ghostbusters when the eggs cook on the shelf and they look really rubbery?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. There were Ghostbuster eggs in this movie.
I mean, it still made me
not
hungry.
good. I don't think realistic egg physics in this movie. It's thumbs down for the
Thumbs
egg
down
physics.
on the eggs.
Flying island physics, A+, egg physics,
Oh.
D-.
Not
Yep,
real.
yep.
Yeah.
Really upsetting when they don't get the simple things right.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
So do you guys want this director trivia?
Sure.
I guess I found a surprisingly small amount of information, like between the wiki and even IMDb. I didn't.
Yeah, there's
find
no
a lot of
commentary.
info.
There's nothing there helping. I mean, this is the first Studio Ghibli movie. But it's not the first movie Miyazaki had done. And there's actually a movie he did before he made the studio that we're going to be watching. It's the next one on the list from
Oh,
him.
is it really?
Yeah. And
Wow.
the success of that movie was the reason they started this in the first place. This the Ghibli production company. So that's cool. And most people think that Miyazaki is kind of the only guy who directs movies. But there is one movie in the top 250 called Grave of Fireflies. I think that's what it's called. And it's directed by, and I feel bad because nobody remembers this guy, and I'm looking it up right now. It's and I can't pronounce this. Takahata is the last name. So he did most of them, but he didn't do all of them.
Huh.
But he did the classics, I guess, the ones people remember. He's the famous one.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys have any more thoughts on this movie, or do you want to get into the director thing?
No, I mean, again, I don't. It doesn't. It was more. It seemed like more of a popcorn movie. I don't think I was like really moved or anything.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, it was just kind of fun. I like the action parts of it more. I didn't really feel attached to the characters or anything. If anything, I kind of like the pirate kids. They were sort of funny. Yeah, the like the grown man boys. It was
the scene
just,
where they were
kind
all
of funny.
sneaking in to help her cook was pretty funny.
Yeah, and they're more like they like act like grown children because they're just like, or she's crying at some point when they're fleeing the military base and like, oh, did we do something wrong? We're sorry. That was kind of funny.
But then again, like before, she fell off the building and they didn't really care that much.
Yeah.
So their characters changed oddly. But
well, I don't know if they changed,
so.
but they're cartoons, but they're also like they're like children where they're just not. They're not, maybe when you're a kid, you don't think about your actions and how they might hurt somebody or whatever. So they're just like, oh, we got to go do this. We're going to go do this. And they're not really thinking about the consequences.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm making excuses for cartoon pirates.
Wow, I did not realize that James Vanderbeek was the Potsoon voice.
I don't realize that I was ever going to hear that sentence in my entire life.
That's insane.
that's maybe that's a coffee cup quote.
Yeah.
There.
Here I am.
But we were talking about merchandise, TC, and Danny and I were saying that certainly one quote already from the podcast is I'll be the castle.
I'm the castle.
Yeah,
I'm the castle.
Hashtag I'll be the castle. I'm the castle.
I'm the castle.
or like a t-shirt, are you a castle?
Because I'm a castle.
Cause on the back, cause I'm a castle. Hashtag Denny.
Oh, I got my own hashtag. Sweet. You have to pay for that? You have to
It's
rent
a castle
that?
tag. You gotta rent the space.
Hashtag castle tag.
Yeah. But there's I guess there's sort of there's
I
like
don't know how to use Twitter.
Yeah.
Hashtag castle hashtag.
Hashtag castle tag. I don't know how to use Twitter. I couldn't tell you.
So there's kind of the sort of like military bad go back to the earth sort of theme that I think you'll see in some, I watched Princess Mononoke not too long ago, which had kind of a similar theme about Mother Earth kind of thing. And I don't know if that it's like okay, yeah, this power is probably best left not used. But again, I didn't really feel like hit by the meaning of the story or anything like that.
Yeah. Just it was like, nature is better than technology, but I don't agree with that. So screw you, movie.
Well, especially evil technology that is like something that's too powerful to control. And maybe, when you think about that as like being, thoughts about atomic weapons and things like that. That there are things when you have a technology that gives you power beyond imagining, that it's probably not a good thing.
True. And especially in Japan, speaking of that sort of thing.
Yeah. But also, I mean, anytime maybe in the 80s, that was still the Cold War, right? So we still had the sort of fear.
Was Japan involved in that?
Well, but I think even people watching from the sidelines at that point were probably pretty freaked out.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they weren't one of the principal countries, I imagine there's a lot of like, this would be a bad idea kind of thinking.
It was so just a quick thought about it being Japan. One of the things that also was weird about watching the non-dubbed version was that these characters looked, I mean, this is like a European town, right? European town looked like German town or something like that. And the people looked white. So having them all speak Japanese was a little weird.
Right. But it's the style of animation. But also I know that they, in what little information I found in the movie, that he was influenced by like German military and technology and stuff. So maybe that just sort of lent to fitting. Certainly their military was looking very like World War I Germany kinds of things. And
he based all of the settings on, Miyazaki went and visited a bunch of, I forget the names of the places he went, but there are European towns, and he based the settings on that. So yeah, I don't think the people were supposed to be Japanese in the movie.
Is that pretty much the same for all Studio Ghibli stuff? Because I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, most of the other movies only have like one or two real people in them, right? And then it's just a bunch of weird characters. I mean, I saw like Spirited Away, and that was all weird characters. They were kind of hard to tell if they were humans or not. So I don't know. But hey, you want to do this thing? This thing I did?
I
did a thing.
What did you do, Danny? What did you do?
I made a spreadsheet.
Okay.
And it has all of the, it has every single director on the top 250 and how many movies they have on the top 250.
Well, let's not spoil that all at once.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to, I'm going to say that Hayao Miyazaki is tied at number 2 with a bunch of other people.
Wow. How many movies then?
With 4 other people he's tied with
No, but how many movies?
6. Wow.
6 movies.
We're going to be seeing 6 Studio Ghibli films. Wow.
So we're going to be seeing...
the one that was pre-Ghibli.
Right. So we're going to be seeing 6 Studio Ghibli movies, one of which wasn't directed by him, which is The Grave of Fireflies, and then one of which was directed by him, but wasn't a Studio Ghibli movie.
Right.
Wow.
So yeah, he's like one of the best directors of all time, according to this list, which is pretty cool. By far the most famous animation director on the list.
Right. 6 movies, huh?
Yeah.
I bet I get my act together then and pay attention on the next one.
Yeah. We're going to be having some themes, some stylistic patterns, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What would you say? I mean, I didn't even feel like if it was there. I didn't really notice a directing style in this, as far as like the way that the movie was put together. I didn't really. I mean, it was done well, as far as the action sequences and stuff. I guess at least there, like you said, Denny, that some of the really good moments are where they would sort of really allow like the ships and things to just move through the sky, and allow the focus to be on just.
I don't think if you watch a lot of animated movies, they have much silence in them. Like if you watch Disney movies, things are always talking. There's always
you're either talking or
singing.
If you run out of talking, then you better start singing.
Yeah. And there's like one of my favorite parts of this movie is one of the beginning scene where Patsu goes up on his own roof and plays that trumpet song. Yeah. And I thought, like, because I'm so used to Disney movies, he does like one refrain of that the verse or whatever it is. And I thought that when it like zoomed away from him and started following his doves into the town, that like a whole orchestra was going to come and like back up that little tune that he was doing. But that didn't happen. It was just like,
and then he would break into song.
Yeah, something like that. But it was just a simple little trumpet, and it was great.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot. Yeah, there were parts. I mean, I definitely was not bored at any part of this movie. I thought some parts were really cool. Animation was really good. And how about top 250? What do you think? TC, what do you think?
No.
No.
I don't know.
John?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably say no too, just because I didn't feel any kind of emotional response from it. Like, again, it seemed like more of a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
So
I
like
agree.
I enjoyed it and I'm glad I watched it, but it doesn't, I'm going to not carry anything with me other than,
Right.
if anything, again, just some of the designs and some of the artwork that I really did like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I finished watching it and was like, well, that was cool.
Yeah. I think I'll also say no, but that might change because we have 5 more of these to go. And if this movie was the reason that, if I end up loving any of those other ones, that, this movie was the reason that those ones existed, then that's something, I guess.
Right.
So then
yeah,
it'll go into like
yeah.
a logic thing and less of a per.
Yeah,
one-off.
it might become like when which we'll get to do this with Kubrick as well. Like maybe when you really get into a director, you start to appreciate like all the different, you sort of like watch their career and appreciate all the different aspects of their career and how they do things differently with different movies or how you see them developing something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. See them grow
I
or
can
whatever.
see that happening. I can see that.
See their budgets getting bigger and what they can do.
Well,
with
yeah,
it.
there's that too, because clearly this one still had either they didn't, they still were, some parts of it were shoestring apparently, or they just didn't have the materials together or whatever to like do like adequate audio recording, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think that's it for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
The next movie we're watching is a doozy of a movie. It's a doobie. Doovie? It's a doobie.
A doobie?
It's The Avengers.
The Avengers.
Also known as Josh Wheaton gets what he deserves.
Joss.
I said it wrong. God damn it! I'll be crucified for that.
Yes, every single time.
I was trying to act like I knew what I was talking about, and I say his name wrong.
And how did you say his last name?
Whedon, isn't it?
Yes.
No.
Okay, good.
Joss
Is that right?
Whedon.
Joss.
Joss
Yeah.
Whedon.
What kind of? Well, just in my defense, who goes by Joss anyway?
Yeah.
Like who's named Joss?
That's a good question.
How common is that?
I would email him. See what the hell he's doing.
You think someone said, "Hey, you let us on that boss?" He's like, "It's Joss."
It's Joss.
I'm Joss and I'm your boss. Yeah, I think everyone knows what The Avengers is. 2012, Joss Whedon. I think I assume you guys have seen this.
Not sure if I've seen this.
Really?
Oh, really?
Interesting.
I
This
think
movie
so.
started the Marvel train, the unstoppable
No.
Marvel train. Did not?
No. Because it definitely Iron Man before it.
Right,
Was,
okay,
was
okay.
really getting it.
But this one was more like than that even.
I mean, this in a way, this one was like the culmination. This was like the big, like, all right, it's all leading up to this.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
It's the
but
first
we
one that tried
talk
to like
about that.
meld all of the comic books together.
Yeah. But we'll try not. We should maybe not talk about it too much yet.
I think everyone's has seen this movie.
Yeah,
right?
probably not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. You haven't seen it, Denny or TC?
No,
I'm surprised.
I don't know. I think I might have. I don't know. I got.
It's got
It's
Captain
fun.
America.
You'll enjoy
It's
it.
got Grumpy the Dwarf. It's got
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I think I remember Scarlett Johansson and all that. So
There you go. I remember there was this really attractive woman in it. Yeah.
and they cloned her.
Hey.
What?
there's a girl. Yeah. No, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, there'll be a lot on this one, I think.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, thanks for listening. Follow us on mission250filmcast.com to look at our lists and follow us along with our list of movies. Email us at mission250filmcast@gmail.com. And I think that's it.
Oh, and follow us, subscribe on iTunes or
Thank
Android.
you, John. Yes, subscribe, rate.
Rate us highly, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Time to go.
Time to go. He's kicking us out.
He's Yoyan.
All right. Later.
All right, see you guys.